You're listening to Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast. Comics, television, movies, and more. If it impacts fan culture, we have something to say about it. And now, your hosts, Michael, Jordan, Cliff, and Seth.
Hey everybody, welcome back one more time to Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast. My name's Jordan Lowe.
I'm Cliff Barnes.
Seth.
With special guest, Michael K. Easton.
There it is.
He was breathing in to speak, and Seth goes, Seth, right in, like he, on the inhale, you snuck in before him.
No breathing.
Snuck it in there.
Welcome back, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Wonderful.
Great.
Wet.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, sure.
Hope everybody has... Oh, sorry. Right,
No,
yep.
I was just going to say I'm really excited. We got just a few more days. We had a big first time in, 50 years the Browns won a playoff game. So some of us are very happy about that. And we got one more this weekend at least. So I'm ready to go.
I'm happy for you. I have no horse in the race, but I think Browns fans deserve at least a weekend like that to enjoy.
Wow,
Every 25
for
years.
allowing us
Yeah.
a weekend.
Man.
What a guy.
No, the game before the Browns game, I'm flipping around channels that afternoon, and it was on Nickelodeon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm like, what is the game doing on Nickelodeon? And it was a completely different thing. They had different announcers.
Did they have kid announcers?
Well, they were like kid friendly.
Teeny boppers.
They were like explaining things, Now, first down is when you do this, and they move the chain. And I thought that was actually, because at first I'm like, what is happening? And I'm like, that's actually pretty smart. To get new people interested in the game and make it kid friendly and explain what an end around is. It's kids just tune into the real broadcast, and they might not be able to catch up with it.
I actually did see a lot of positive comments about that game. When they scored a touchdown, they did a digital slime cannons and
it wasn't the end zone, it was the slime zone.
Yeah. Right on brand. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, it was kind of neat.
Guys.
I have Nickelodeon blocked on my stuff. I don't.
Of course you do. You sourpuss.
Okay.
Guys, I just got to say, I owe you guys all an apology.
It was a lie. Here it comes. It was all a lie.
I'm not even talking about that, but thank you for bringing it up.
I thought we were getting a confession.
Hey, everyone. Michael paid for a pro Zoom account that's not working right now.
Not a business account. You couldn't go that much further.
I'm sorry, I don't have an extra $200 in my pocketbook at the moment. But Cliff can attest. He has seen the email also.
You carry a pocketbook?
Sure, why not? Let's just go with that. But anyway, I was going to admit, every other day, that I was wrong, because you have guys been doing this bracket on game shows.
Yeah.
And I thought that sounded like the most boringest thing in the world. I just don't feel like I can be part of that. It's not my thing. But I'm telling you, I've been delivering the mail, and I've been listening to these podcasts of you guys talking about different game shows, and I was actually entertained.
Wow.
I mean,
mission accomplished.
My favorite part was on the last one when you guys described the slow close of the laptop. That was the best part. But no, in all seriousness, I think you guys have been doing a great job with that. I mean, I was laughing along, and great job, guys.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I did. I will say I thought it turned out better than I had anticipated. We've done two so far, two of our our 4 regions and ran through them, and they're nice little episodes, right about an hour a piece, and I think it moves quick enough to you don't get bored with it, hopefully. So we got 2 more to do.
Yeah, so hopefully you're enjoying that, but it has definitely felt like the timing, we timed it somehow. We put no forethought into it or like long-term planning, but it seemed to be happening at the exact right time, because there are a ton of game shows in primetime network TV right now. So a few new ones even, but I'll start with Jeopardy! I'm sure we've talked about those final few Alex Trebek episodes that were supposed to air right around Christmas, but they got delayed a little bit. Well, they finally aired his last stretch of episodes. Did anyone catch his last one?
I haven't yet. Were they available on demand? So I'm just waiting to get a day off.
There's nothing in it that would lead you to believe, there's no cliffhanger ending or anything. Like, it's just another episode of Jeopardy, but they do a nice montage at the end of some of his best moments or silly moments or him in different costumes and things. So just a nice little tribute. And then immediately after that, the next night, it's a brand new episode again. I'm like, what are they going to do now? Well, there's Ken Jennings as the guest host. And Johnny Gilbert, right? He stepped on, and now the guest host of Jeopardy. Like, they made sure you knew he was a guest host. He is not the official host. So apparently he has taped 30 episodes already. So he's going to be on as guest host for at least 6 weeks. They've already lined up some other people after him. Katie Couric is supposed to do some episodes. Aaron Rodgers, speaking of the NFL. Mayim Bialik from Big Bang Theory and Blossom.
I was going to say, from Big Bang Theory.
Blossom.
She's Blossom.
And she has a new show.
Call Me Cat.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's good. It's funny.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to review that one later, but we can disagree.
Hey, since we're talking about disagreeing, I actually agree with you, Seth. Match game all the way.
Oh, man, only if you'd been there.
I know, right?
Yeah, we actually could have. You might have been worth something.
Then 60 Minutes correspondent Bill Whitaker is another going to be guest host. They said they're going to announce more later, and each of those will be making a donation to the charity of their choice equal to the cumulative winnings of the contestants for their weeks. So whatever the contestants win on their shows, these celebrities are going to donate to charity. So I thought that was kind of neat. And Ken has been pretty good at it. Like, I mean, he should know what he's doing, I guess, by now. But definitely a different style than Alex. Like, he's made a few more jokes. And like when somebody does a big bet on the Daily Double, he's like, "Yeah, there you go, do it." Like he's trying to like egg them on. Alex was always like, I was making a true Daily Double. Alex was like, "Oh, okay." Like he felt kind of cautious for them. But Ken's like, "Yeah, do it, bet more." Yeah, all right.
That's funny.
So we had another. Speaking of the Jeopardy gang, The Chase just debuted on ABC, which was it's a British show from 2009. There's like a hugely successful show in Britain. It's gone. There's been more than 14 seasons of it. It gets huge ratings when they do it. It was adapted in the Game Show Network brought it to America in 2013 and did a version of it with the Beast. They called it it was the Beast would answer all these questions, or you had to try to answer more than the Beast would.
Just
so
like the Schwab. You guys remember the Schwab? Come on.
Like Charles?
Charles Schwab?
No. Isn't that his name, the Schwab? It was on ESPN or something. It's that one guy that is like their big fact knower. You got to beat the Schwab or something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't the Schwab.
Well, I don't know. What is it?
He was the Swami. You're talking about Berman, Chris Berman.
No, I'm not.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about then.
Okay. It was a thing. This guy is their sports fact guy. He knows everything. So they had like a little game show probably 10 or 15 years ago. Anyway, go on. I'm sorry.
So yeah, that's the idea. In Britain, there was not about it's just British Swamis. There were 6 trivia masters, and they were called the Chasers. And you didn't know which one you were getting every day. So the American version, they just had one. They brought one of their British champions over to do the American, and it got huge ratings on Game Show Network. So it was a really popular show for them. So now they brought it into prime time, and the 3 chasers are Ken Jennings, James Holzhauer, and Brad Rutter. The 3, that they just had that tournament, the greatest of all time Jeopardy players. So you're bringing in new trivia players, trying to answer questions in a shorter period. They give you the same period of time. If you can answer more, if your team can answer more than them, it's a whole convoluted mess. But it's a
okay. Wait, I'm busting in here because it's my podcast too. Stump the Schwab. It was 2004 to 2006, hosted by Stuart Scott. There was 4 seasons. Howie Schwab was the statistician, ESPN's first statistician. He just knew everything.
Never heard of it.
Okay, go on. Sorry. I'm not crazy. Should have been on the bracket.
It does ring a bell. I was going to say, just not going to get a place on the bracket. So yeah, there's been a couple episodes of that so far. The questions have been really hard, seemingly.
I watched the first episode. Nick and I watched that first night last week when you were like, "Hey, there's new game shows," and Nick and I sat and watched all of them. That one is just like a lot. It's a lot of smartness going on.
But yeah, the better show, I believe, was right after that on ABC, The Hustler.
No, the better show is right before that.
Oh, Celebrity Nonsense. Celebrity Wheel
of Fortune.
Not according to the bracket.
Wasn't Hollywood whatever. Anyway, yeah, go on. What was on after that?
The Hustle.
Yeah,
Hustler.
I watched the first.
Hustler.
I watched the first 2 episodes. I haven't watched this new one yet.
Both Tiffany and Rachel think that you are the hustler. They may be right, they may be wrong. You have your opportunity now to make your final argument about who you think it is. Put it back. What are you doing?
Sure.
Put it back. Just put it
Can
the way
I
you had
switch
it.
it?
What the hell, Erica? Put it back. See, this is the way you had it. You're still going to have time to change it. I can't keep up.
Stressed.
You guys, you're stressed. I'm going to do this and look great. You have a final debate to figure it out for yourselves. If you 2 are right, you split the money. If one of you is wrong, then the hustler will take home $80,000. You have 2 minutes. $80,000 on the line. Go.
Erica, convince me that you're not it. Because I'm very torn to you. Convince me that you're not it. I'm going to tell you right now, it is not me. Convince me it's not you so that we don't make a $40,000 mistake.
I want $40,000. I'm going to show you something that I usually never show people. I'm going to steal his move. This is why I'm not an Olympian. I wish I could still do sports. 17 years old, fell down my attic stairs, crashed on our concrete floor.
Yeah, I thought this was a good twist on a game show. It's 5 contestants, and they have to answer 10 trivia questions, but one of them has been given all the answers. So there's no reason they should get any of them wrong, but if you figure out who it is that's the plant, they don't get any of the money. So they have to kind of, I don't know, maybe it is this. So that's sort of trying to manipulate the other players, maybe not seeming as smart as you are.
Now,
and Craig Ferguson is the host, but he doesn't know who the hustler is. So he just kind of flips around. He's like, that is something a hustler would say. Like, he's messing with all the contestants along with you. So I really enjoyed it.
I messaged you guys saying that this reminded me. There's several board games that remind me of it. There was one, Michael's played this, very similar to this. It's that Deception Murder in Hong Kong, where you're picking somebody murdered somebody. One person's, knows what happened, and they're trying to tell the detectives, give them clues. But there's also people that are that know who did it and are trying to mess them up. They're like an accomplice. And I remember Michael just getting so mad because I was standing there trying to lay it all the blame on him. And he's the only one who knew he was not the bad guy. It was the perfect scenario. He's like, I love this game. I hate this game.
My favorite thing anytime we play a game like that is our niece goes, you wouldn't lie to me. I know you wouldn't lie to me.
Yeah. And then like blood, grandmothers were lying to grandchildren and stuff. It's great.
That was great.
But yeah, that was a pretty good show. I liked the first episode. I'm better than the second, I think. But
So the recent plethora of game shows, is this due to the pandemic because they can't film?
Quite possibly, yes.
That's the only excuse I could come up with, because there are a lot of game shows happening right now on primetime television.
But didn't all these like resurgence of game shows like start before the pandemic was in full swing? Because I remember when match game's been on a couple of years now, hasn't it?
You're right.
Yeah.
It's been a few seasons that they've been doing this stuff. Yeah,
because I think match game was the first one they brought back, and they might have brought another one or two back, but that seemed to do really well.
Been the biggest
so they've
hit.
been trying to.
Yeah. You watched the Alec Baldwin one?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Christy tapes that. Yeah, and you're right. He's great. Like, he's right on point. Yeah. And he can make fun of everyone without anyone getting mad. And
make fun of himself. He's got plenty of stuff to make fun of. I was going to say there's a couple of other game shows that are back that I've been watching. One, The Challenge on MTV, the fifth sport.
I have MTV blocked on my TV.
Yeah.
Does that channel
they show it on
anymore?
Nickelodeon also with kid-friendly announcers. But it's back. It's always good. And there's a show on YouTube called Sequester where a contestant from Big Brother started her own show a few seasons ago, and it's kind of a hyper fast Big Brother on a shoestring budget, but they like rent out a mansion and have all these people from online fans or whatever come in and play, and it's pretty good. But it is a game show.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Can we rent a mansion on our shoestring budget?
Yeah, I thought you just did.
We see how that worked out.
Yeah, so I like I don't know, is Hot Ones really a game show though? I mean, they have a game show version on television, but on YouTube it's more of an interview show, I guess. But
yeah, I've never
that's kind of a challenge.
That's a fad I don't understand. Eating hot things and filming it. If you like it, God bless you, go for it. But I've never
watched it because it sounds gross to me to watch somebody like their nose running and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
no thanks.
Yeah. Anyways,
a couple other new shows have premiered. Mr. Mayor just premiered on NBC.
I never thought I'd be standing here, but my city needed me.
He's charismatic, open-minded, independent. You're all in on this guy?
I'm very open to the idea of a robot police force. Thank you for reminding me.
RP Meskimen is pretty worked up about the coyote population. She thinks we should pay for their birth control.
I've got your number, Bremer. You're not going to last 2 months.
She's scary. What's your beef with me?
You don't know what you're doing.
You want to know the real reason I ran for mayor? My daughter thinks I'm a useless old man.
You ran for mayor to impress your daughter? She must be over the moon.
I hate that we had to move into this gross old mayor house!
Your wife makes a great point, sir.
She's my teenage daughter.
Sorry, it is very confusing in LA.
Now, as mayor,
You're not the mayor. I'm the mayor.
Let's just agree to disagree, shall we? Oh, come on.
I think you handled that perfectly, sir.
That's the
What do you think of that?
Ted Danson. It's from Tina Fey and Robert Carlock, the creators of 30 Rock, and Kimmy Schmidt. So yeah, it's Ted Danson. It's kind of a lovable dimwit who has become mayor of Los Angeles. Holly Hunter is like his second in command, who doesn't like him and doesn't like the people of Los Angeles. So it's just sort of like
very bohemian.
Yeah. And then Bobby Moynihan from Saturday Night Live is the dumb, goofy, like I think speechwriter or something. So he's kind of stolen the show so far for me. But I don't know. It's been a little up and down to start. I've watched the first couple. I'll keep giving it a chance because there's not a whole lot of other great sitcoms at the moment.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but the promo they were running over and over and over again, like it was pretty good where Ted Danson as the new mayor gets on the bus and he's like, I'm the mayor. And then some dirty old bum sitting in the back, he's like, no, I'm the mayor. And the whole, both sides start chanting, mayor fight, mayor fight. That cracked me up.
Yeah, we watched the first 2 episodes. It could go either way, like for me so far. I don't want Ted Danson to be too stupid where I feel like he's kind of borderline right now, since we have the major resurgence of Ted Danson.
Yeah, apparently. How old is he? Keep going. I'm going to look it up.
Please do. Then we just mentioned it on Fox. Call Me Kat.
My name is Kat. I quit my unfulfilling job and opened a cat cafe. Now, my life is awesome. Good morning. When I die, this will all be yours. Well, good. My mother wishes I were married.
Mom. If you enjoyed her song, perhaps you'd enjoy spending the rest of your life with her. I will pay you.
It's Brandon. He sent me a picture of himself.
Ooh, I'd hit Dad. That's just something I've heard people say. I wish I hadn't tried it.
1 root beer, please. Cat? Max? No way! Hot Max? That was meant for you. There is no roadmap of how I should live my life. But truthfully, I want to grab it by the meatballs. What am I saying?
I'm not sure.
Mayim Bialik.
Do not let her behind the bar. She likes to play with the soda gun.
I wasn't playing with it. I was inventing a new drink.
I don't go to your cafe and invent new cats.
Call me Kat.
Which evidently you hated.
I could barely make it through that one.
Oh.
This was Mayim Bialik from Big Bang Theory. But I feel like this is her trying to get away from that character. Because her on Big Bang Theory was just monotone, like very straight-laced. And she was like silly and laughing and dancing and singing. And she breaks the fourth wall basically and talks to the audience. So she's very bubbly and out there. So it felt like I need to do something, a complete 180 from my Big Bang Theory character.
Wow. I liked it. I thought it was funny. Like her breaking, like I thought she would come off more annoying than what. But anyway,
does she have cats? Is that the deal?
Okay. This is what I don't understand. She has a cafe where it also has cats that you can adopt.
Oh, a cat cafe.
Now, yeah, cat cafe. Now, explain to me how you keep the cat hair. Like, how do you prepare food and then pick up a cat and then go back to preparing food?
That's really why I stopped watching. I couldn't get over that.
It's like, I know that you're just supposed to spend your belief. What am I trying to say here? Help me out.
Spend your belief.
Oh, anyway.
Suspend your disbelief.
Yes, thank you very, very kindly there, Sir Seth. But I mean, it could be that I just liked it because, I, of course, had a crush on Blossom back in the day. So, I mean, it could be nostalgic reasons, but I found her entertaining and fun. And I liked it because she didn't have a problem, like, making fun of herself.
Yeah, it's very much I'm in my late 30s. I'm not married or with a kid yet. So, like, her mom is Swoozie Kurtz and is very, like, you need to get your life together. And she's like, I'm happy with who I am. So it did seem very positive and very, live your life how you want to live it. And that the message seemed good.
The only problem I had with it was her mom has had way too much plastic surgery.
I feel that way about, is it Mary Steenburgen that's in that, what's the name of that show we watched? Seth, with the singing, the girl that hears the people singing all the time.
Zoe or something like that.
Oh, we watched that.
Yeah, Zoe's Playlist or whatever that's called.
Yeah.
I always think, man, that lady's had a lot of plastic surgery. By the way, Ted Danson, 73 years old.
Damn.
Full head of hair still. Good job.
Good job.
Good job. He did it. The last one I had for the new episodes, The Great North on Fox.
This February on Fox.
I'm going to Alaska.
Explore the Great North.
Drinking coffee again?
Yes, I am 10.
From the producers of Bob's Burgers comes a new family.
You need to chill.
Well, it's very hard to chill in the panic room. It's right there in the name.
Nick Offerman, Jenny Slate, Will Forte, Megan Mullally, Dulce Sloan, and Alanis Morissette like you've never seen her.
I have one hand in my pocket and the other one is very proud of you.
Aww. The Great North. Sundays this February on Fox.
This is the animated series. This might be up your alley. It's from the people who made Bob's Burgers.
It looks very Bob's Burgers.
Lizzie and Wendy Molyneux, the sisters who are currently writing Deadpool 3. So this is their new sitcom set in Alaska about a single dad who is Nick Offerman. So it's basically if you took Bob's Burgers and instead of H. John Benjamin being the dopey dad, it's Nick Offerman as the tough, let's go carve something out of wood dad. You just switch the dads out and it's kind of the wacky family thing. So the other voices of his kids, Jenny Slate is one of the daughter, Will Forte. His other son is Paul Rust from Love. It's kind of the weird oddball son. So that's kind of fun. And of course his wife Megan Mullally has a part in it. So they just aired one so far. I thought it was a pretty solid start. Definitely Bob's Burgers vibes from it. So I'll check more of that one out too.
It was good. I dug it.
I may check it out. So speaking of Zoe's Infinite playlist or whatever that show's called, I haven't watched it for a while, and it came back on. We were watching TV the other night, and I'm going to spoil some stuff in here. It was kind of interesting, and they kind of moved it forward. Apparently, her dad, or her character's dad, that was played by Peter Gallagher, has died in the show. Yeah, and so he's gone, and they're dealing with his loss, and she takes a promotion. I feel like they're kind of pushing the show on a little bit, which is a good thing, because it was kind of stuck the first few episodes where it was. So,
and that guy with I forget his name, but one of her potential boyfriends that was in Pitch Perfect.
Yeah,
he's got a 5 o'clock shadow to try to toughen him up a little bit.
yeah, and they've kind of changed his character too. Like his character now isn't just the potential boyfriend; he's now more of a friend that's teaming up with her neighbor,
the other boyfriend.
Yeah, so
kind of a soft reboot, kind of tweaked a few things.
Yeah. So
watch Lauren Graham say goodbye.
I kind of thought she was done with that show too anyway, so but yeah, new shows, new TV, guys. What else? Anything else out there we're watching new? No? Just game showing it up. Okay.
This Is Us is back, Cliff.
Oh, it is. That's right. It came back. Finally. It feels like it was forever. Had a big episode there about Kate. And kind of, I don't know. That was a weird episode. It didn't really work. It didn't work for me. Like trying to shoehorn a story that I felt like it just didn't fit. So
I mean, it's got us to the point. They have everything now. The show did that thing where it's like they keep, what's this timeline? This person you thought was dead is back. Now anyone that has ever died could potentially be on the show. We find out she's had an abortion. I'm like, by the end of this episode, that kid may be back.
Yeah.
That kid was born. She didn't know it. It's a crackhead. You know what? Who knows what's going on.
It was weird. It did not work for me.
Why would she go do it? Nobody would go do what she did. Drive all that way for some rando boyfriend. No.
Some guy that was abusive 25 years ago or whatever. So.
It wasn't. It was just very unrealistic. Whatever. Anyway, but it's still good shit.
Yeah. And the big news, guys, here, we've stepped around it all night. The big news that we should be anticipating is from tonight, the day of this recording, we are 5 days away. 5 days away from season 5 of Riverdale.
I thought we should say of America. We
Yeah,
are 5 days away from them.
They played the last few from the last season over the last couple Wednesdays, and I taped the last one because I'm like, I have no clue where we left off, so I want to at least rewatch that last one. That Killing Mr. Honey was the episode.
yeah. So
where Reggie super glues him to his desk, and like they wheel him out, and like everyone's cheering, like, yeah, we pranked Mr. Honey.
That's happening on Wednesday too. There's two people get wheeled out, glued to their desk.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm ready for some Riverdale. I don't care that I don't. If I don't remember, it'll all come back to us. I'm telling you guys. First 3 episodes are going to wind up last season because it was cut short. So we're going to have graduation. We're going to have prom, and some other I suppose some sort of goodbye episode, and then they're going to come back, and it's going to be the time jump. And
that's the only reason I'm prepping is because we kind of left off in the middle of a story.
Mm-hmm.
If we were just going into the time jump, I would have just went into it cold. But I feel like we hadn't solved the whole thing with the videotapes and the weird people in masks. And there's still some plot to go.
And did you guys see I don't remember their names. The people from Jughead's preppy school, the
Stonewall.
Biff?
Yeah, Stonewall. Did you see all 3 of the major actors made cameos in Sabrina? An episode of Sabrina. Yeah.
I don't watch that.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of funny.
Cool.
So, yeah, that's what's been happening on our TV. Love it.
I'm surprised I didn't hear more from you guys about when I said Star Trek made me cry.
I've seen a lot of good stuff. I mean, a lot of good reviews about those Star Trek shows that you seem to really
Discovery, man. Every season, like this is the end of season 3. Like I got one more episode to watch. It has blown me away. Like every time towards the end, like the Spock's sister, Michael. I love her name.
Spock has a sister.
Yeah, but they've made this is like it's basically her. It's basically her story throughout all these different timelines and stuff interweaving. But they've made this whole epic thing that exists in the timeline without messing up the timeline, I guess is the best way to put it. But now in the future, they have like the dilithium that powers the starships. There was some kind of burn effect where it basically caused this mass explosion with all the Starfleet. So they're like, this is several years later and they're in complete disarray because their whole fleet was basically decimated.
No more Starfleet.
Yeah. So this is kind of like what's left of Starfleet, rebuilding those alliances and finding like what has transpired during this time jump. But there's this part where she's giving this, because she was raised Vulcan, even though she's human, and she's giving this passionate speech to the Vulcans and the Romulans, and she's crying up. And I mean, it's a powerful speech. And the whole thing is just her talking about trying to do the right thing, even though she doesn't know if she's doing the right thing.
That sounds more like This Is Us than Star Trek.
I have like somehow I have not watched This Is Us for the last couple episodes. I know I have to eventually. But yeah. But I will
Does
say,
Christy watch it without you? Does she?
No, I she keeps them ready for me.
Sure, I bet.
This is your punishment. Sit down and watch this.
Sit down. Put your jammies on. I laid them out. Put your jammies on and sit down and watch this.
Did you read that? Did you?
I was like, my gift to you is I'm not gonna say anything. Still on the air.
But since I have been listening to the podcast when I haven't been able to be on it, I would like to rewind because I listened to the one when you guys did the review for Soul and the new Wonder Woman movie.
Oh yeah.
How's that yes, I was, yes, Seth, you were right, but also Jordan Lowe is right. Yes, I understand what you're saying. So, but I really liked it. I'm going to be the bad guy with the whole controversy because as a creator of something, the whole thing about the Tina Fey voicing the soul creature is that in my mind, this was a creature that doesn't have a body, that isn't white or black or anything. Like it doesn't exist yet.
Oh yeah. In the movie, I'm saying a choice of casting when she's got that baggage that's currently going on.
Oh, okay.
That was all I was saying. It wasn't like that. I agree. That creature was not supposed to be a white woman. That was just a voice. It was supposed to be an entity. So they weren't like doing anything wrong. It wasn't that big of a deal. I just thought that coupled with the whole Get Out stuff was just too much for me.
And on the Wonder Woman 1984, I agree with Seth or with Cliff. I loved it.
So you agree with the argument that it's bad and we should just accept that?
No, to me,
that's what
this
DC
is what they
movies
did,
are.
Is they
and
sat
why
down,
should we expect anything more?
They watched
it's not
Christopher
for me.
Reeves, Superman 1 and Superman 2, and said, "This is the time period this movie is set in. Let's. It's basically a nostalgic trip. Like that whole opening scene in the mall. I loved every bit of it. I thought that was great how it played out because you could tell right from the get-go that, okay, this is going to be more lighthearted. It's not going to be like more of the modern superhero movies.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that it didn't have its flaws in it, but
I think people, I just thought people could still enjoy it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Sure.
So
I think everybody, my argument was everybody enjoyed the first one. Everybody.
Yeah. It was good.
Still griped about the ending.
Yeah, on the first one you did too.
yeah. The sword is so stupid.
So
go back and watch it.
But I am curious, is like how you guys were talking about that. I wonder if the whole movie experience is changing because we are watching them from our homes now.
Oh, absolutely.
It's definitely. I'm sure it's different. You have to make yourself not pull that phone out if you want to have any chance.
Right, exactly. You got to put that phone down. You got to turn the lights down. You know, if you got the LEDs, hit them up. Give you some, like at my house, what looks. We can change the color.
About getting some of those.
So.
Getting some of that mood setting. Turn the lights down low.
Yeah, you got to set the tone.
Get your jammies on.
Get your jammies on. All right, let's do it. Let's we've talked our TV, we've reviewed our podcast. Let's cut this one.
Let's talk about more about how we're right about stuff.
And how I'm always wrong.
It's always a hit.
All right, hey, thanks for tuning in. Hope you are enjoying the current crop of TV right now. Is there something just premiered that we missed? Some new show you're really enjoying that you think we would too, and you'd like to hear us talk about it? Please let us know. Hit us up on any of our social medias and whatnots. And until next time, my name is Jordan Lowe.
Cliff Barnes.
Spending my belief, Michael Kingston.
Tough bye forever.
Ka-Pow, the pop cultured podcast, is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Sounds, music, and clips played during the podcast are property of copyright holders. All original content is property of www.udownwithkpp.com. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and leave a comment. Ka-Pow, the pop cultured podcast, is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, and wherever podcasts can be found. You can connect with us through social media on Facebook, YouTube, at the Ka-Pow Podcast on Twitter, or email the show, Ka-Pow, the Pop Cultured Podcast, at gmail.com. If you really want to go the extra mile, please sign up to be a patron through the Podbean app or our website, www.udownwithkpp.com, to receive special content and early access to some episodes. We are grateful to anyone that chooses to contribute, but please know that most of our content will always remain free, so please continue to like, comment, and share.